It seemed like everything was just working against me. Quite discouraging in a way. I just kind of decided that I'm going to start posting without thinking about it much. And I really didn't. It could be that I was detached from the outcome this time around. That's why that video kind of blew up. I wasn't expecting it whatsoever. At the time of filming this, I have subscribers. What the fuck? My previous videos, I took a break from social media for about 5 years. That was mainly to stop being such a consumer and focus more on creating. I have to preface by saying I have always found content creation, especially video recording and editing, as a creative outlet that helped me at times where I was not okay at all. Because a lot of the time in my childhood I spent alone at home, I would talk to the camera and record myself and either take photos or film speaking English to the camera. And then this is when YouTube was just not even a thing. I did post in channels, but that I don't have access to those accounts anymore, and there's a lot of stuff that I've lost. But I was practically a loner, just like my channel says, the happy loner. I spent a lot of time alone and I was really depressed a lot of the time, and the one thing that made me feel good was record videos and then edit them, and I would pass the time that way because I never really left my house. Later on, when I was more of a teen, I would go to English classes after school, and the friends that I made through that, we would hang out afterwards because usually my class will be on Fridays, so we would hang out afterwards and I would bring my camera, which I was barely allowed to do because, you know, it was the family's camera, and I did in fact end up dropping it once and it did not work the same since. But in the time that it was working, I would bring it with me and I would vlog. When vlogging wasn't even a thing, it didn't really exist, but I would take the camera with me, I would record, and then later on I would either edit or upload those videos. Regardless, this form of expression was something that helped me in a time where I was unhappy with life and alone, and I would express myself and my creativity through that. Then I moved to London on my own as a teenager. By that time my camera was broken, my computer broke, and I was broke, so I couldn't afford to buy a camera, and so I didn't have that anymore. And I wish I would have still filmed my experiences and what I was up to. But a series of things happened, very traumatic things, and I would say that was like the lowest time in my life. Ew. And I didn't even have the thing that at one point in my life I would say saved me. But it was so bad that I couldn't even draw or paint, which is something that I've grew up being able to do naturally. And I think this speaks to the fact that when you're full on survival mode, you don't even have the ability to create something because you're below zero. This is all to say, this is my relationship to creativity. So recently, just a couple months ago, I've been going through something where I've been trying to reconnect with my creativity to what made me happy in the lowest times. But this time around, I just wanted to reconnect to what I would do back when I was younger and what made me happy. So without thinking much about it, I started posting. And then only recently I posted a video, which I did because I wanted to. It's something that brings me joy. I have fun, I'm entertained by myself. Anyways, I posted it without even thinking much about it. I didn't even put a thumbnail on it. And, you know, I just kept going on with my life like nothing. And I think a few days went by, and I think it was like after a week that it was posted, it kind of started blowing up. And I just, every day I wake up and I have like so many more subscribers and so many more views, and this was completely unexpected. And this channel, it was an art channel where I posted things that I painted like some long time ago. And I think it had like 26 subscribers. It was dead. Which, by the way, I do think that these 26 subscribers, like most of them have like unsubscribed since I started posting on it again, which LOL happens. Bro, I'm not even kidding, I'm about to lose it. I was mid-recording and stopped recording because my SD card got full, so I spent 2 hours transferring all the files from them. And then I come to record again now that it's all done. What did I do? I recorded in slow-mo, so it means they recorded with no audio whatsoever. So I've just been yapping for no reason. Again. So here we go, take 3. Alright guys, I'm gonna try and remember what the hell I said. Wish me luck. Created that stuff because, you know, I was trying to reconnect with my inner child and what made me happy back then, and I truly enjoy the process of just filming and editing, and I find it entertaining for myself. And so I posted it. I didn't really think much about it. And I think a week went by and then it started to gain traction, which I didn't even know that was possible. After such a long time after you upload the video, then it just randomly gets picked up by the algorithm. Okay. And I didn't even put a thumbnail on it. That's how, like, whatever I was about it. Yeah, I think it's the fact that I enjoyed so much the whole process, and then having people come and enjoy it as well, that has given me so much joy. I love that feeling. It really has just instilled a new sense of purpose. Okay, so to this, I would say, if you are trying to post on YouTube and stuff, I would say enjoy the anonymity, okay? With this like new surge of people coming in, I would have loved to have a little bit more time to have posted more things. I even had like a few hate comments, okay? And like, believe me, I didn't have that many subscribers for that. But still, I had a few hate comments already, and one of them being complaining about the fact that my content is all over the place. Hello, I was just doing this for myself, okay? First of all, I was just doing this for myself, not thinking anyone was gonna watch any of it. I'm just reusing an old YouTube channel that I had a couple years ago where I was posting art stuff. And enjoy the time that you can build up a workflow, not only a workflow but also a theme of what videos you're making, or finding your niche, I suppose. I think as well that if you want to start posting on YouTube, I think try not to pay too much attention to the subscribers and the views, because that can seem like a huge mountain at first, and I would say consistency is super important. Me saying this like just started, but if you're in a position where you're starting and stuff, you never know, there could be a moment when something clicks and all of a sudden all that work that you put in leading up to that will pay off. Okay, so don't think because nothing is happening it won't pay off. Also, I find it really weird that I posted a video and then like a week later it started to get views, so you never know. The most important thing is really find your why. Why do you want to do this? What is the reason? You know, find a why that really aligns with yourself and it comes from deep within you. Personally, I wanted to reconnect with my inner child and what made me happy when I was younger and what was a light to me when I was in the darkest times. So that's why it's made me so happy. The fact that I wasn't expecting anything to come of it at all. And I just was at a point where I was like, fuck it. I didn't have a plan or anything. I just picked up the camera and I started recording like I used to do. And then if you look back at my channel and you watch those videos, that's exactly what I did. There wasn't like a specific theme, it was just me documenting it, talking to the camera like I used to do. And I think that's why I feel like this clicked something in me. Seeing that a lot of people really enjoyed what I put out when I wasn't even thinking that people were gonna see it, it switched my perspective of things. And I think the gift that YouTube has given me is obviously being a platform where you can share what you create is sort of like a purpose in a way that you can continuously create and activate your creative, you know, brain and put out things and also see progress and learn and, you know, apply and see the progress within yourself. So find a why. And I think perhaps if anything, try and reconnect with what used to make you happy when times were simpler, when you weren't thinking about the repercussions of it. It's just something that you naturally did and it made you happy. You never know. And, you know, and just sharing what made you feel joy can make others feel joy. And I think that's such a magical thing that I would love to continue doing. Just because of that, because of the gift of joy. If you are this far into the video, consider subscribing if you enjoy this, joining the community, because I will be a loner, so you don't have to. You can just come hang out with me. If I could potentially make somebody feel less alone through something that I do that made me feel less alone at times, oh my god, it's so cringe. Yeah, I would say find your purpose or why you want to put out media. It could be sharing your story or your progress of something else that you're doing. I don't know if I said this time around, because obviously I already talked for no reason and it got deleted, but there's that proverb that says the best time to have planted a tree was 20 years ago and the next best time is today. So that kind of thing. I feel like I don't want to spend another day looking back at what I used to do as a child and hope I didn't stop doing that and wish that I continued. So it's like, why am I going to spend my present time thinking like that when I can just pick up the camera and start doing it like I never stopped? So that's another big thing. I don't want to live in regret. I don't want to live in regret of like, why am I not doing that? That makes me happy. You know, I think the biggest takeaway is the fact that YouTube is a platform that allows you to be creative, and that's kind of my goal. I want to live my life creating. There's so many other things that I want to create. I journal every single day, and I've been working on a book for years now. But it's not the same. It's not the same feeling that I get when I record videos and edit them, and I do that to entertain myself. So I think YouTube is a wonderful platform for that, and also finding like-minded people, and for a loner like me, where I can yap about things and you guys can tell me what you think about that. And it's like we're having a conversation in, through space and time. Past me is talking to present you, and maybe present you is going to talk to future me. You know what I mean? I think that's cool. It overall has injected me with joy, and I like it, so I want to keep doing it. So I hope you stay for the ride. Just remember that anything is possible and anything can happen at any point. You never know. So put in the work, keep going, be consistent. And if you stayed up until this point, let me know. Bye. So that's it. I think that might be it. So bye.